already in this double elimination format. Visiting team in this game, the Northeast Drillers out of Virginia, and then you've got JDT First Energy, the home squad from Canada. Here's the weather, 28 degrees Celsius, 9 kilometers an hour, a 60% chance of precipitation. There's a lot of rain in the forecast. We're trying to get as much in as we can today. My name's Chris Abbott, and I am excited about this game. I hope you are too. Let's take a look at the lineup for the visiting team first, the Northeast Drillers. Teo Migliavacca leads things off in center with Kotaro Yasumi batting second. Blaine Milheim is the number 3 hitter with Riley Macchia batting fourth. Jordan Solorio from Mexico in the 5 spot with Thomas Anoka, Juan Zara, David Diaz, and Zach Shaw rounding out the order. Defensively, for the home team, JDT First Energy. Choco Munoz in left, Jordan Pomeroy center, Jonathan Lynch is in right field, Guadalupe Aon and Braden Ducharme up the middle, Justin Liskowski and Jeff Lyons on the corners. Dallas Cornelius will do the catching for Pami Madzalukwa. The Botswanan pitcher will get the start in the opener. This is the first game of the tournament for both teams, and therefore a whole lot of zeros in the stats column, but not for long. Teo Migliavacca will lead things off for the Northeast Drillers. Get a look from center field. Good crowd on hand here in South Bend, Indiana, as we are off and running with this tournament.
Northeast Drillers, who are in the first base dugout, Teo Migliavacca.
So Migliavacca can do it any way you want if you haven't seen him play before, and if you haven't, not sure where you've been. He's been a superstar of this sport for at least 10 years, back to his junior days. First pitch, he shows bunt, and it's called a strike in the outside corner. And we might have an illegal pitch call here. I believe we did. I'll wait and see what the count is that we show. Brian Kelly's your home plate umpire. Brian Sonic over at third was in the conversation, and then David Lee is the umpire over at first base. Madzalukwa comes set, and that gets away from Dallas Cornelius. Might have caught Brian Kelly on top of the head. Migliavacca in a hitter's count. Takes a strike at the belt. Anyway, as I was saying before the first pitch, Migliavacca can play the small game. He can drive the ball to the gaps. He can hit for power. He's got speed, and he's an outstanding center fielder. Really is a 5-tool player. Shows bunt again and takes upstairs. And the count is 3 balls and a strike, so that first pitch was confirmed an illegal pitch. So Pami Madzalukwa is behind the leadoff man in the top of the first. Both these teams in the top 5 in the world, and any edge is a good edge. Migliavacca leads things off with a walk. So that'll bring to the plate Kotaro Yasumi. Yasumi, Japanese infielder. Big part of the team that made a good run last year at the World Cup in Saskatchewan, Canada. They'll take strike 1 in the outer half. Lots of options for Ron Hackett and his team here. You can play small ball. You can straight steal with Migliavacca. See what they decide to do. Corners are creeping in. They're expecting a bunt. And Yasumi swings through a changeup for strike. Madzalukwa asks for time as he works on his landing spot. As you can see, he jumps all the way out of that pitcher's circle, getting good extension. He's got long legs, long arms. I'll make it a challenge for any hitter. just outside. And a good eye from Yasumi. Might be a pitch to send the runner if you want to get aggressive early, although you've got some good hitters coming up behind. Fouled away on the rise ball. Dallas Cornelius has to fix up his gear, but I think he's okay. Might have caught him on the arm a little bit on the way by as he's shaking it out. After a leadoff walk, Kotaro Yasumi is behind in the count. Drillers looking to strike early here in South Bend. Yasumi calls time as figures Matsaluk was taking too long. Double elimination tournament here, 11 teams. Runner goes, hit and run, fouled away, and we'll do it again. May not have been a hit and run as much as it was a steal, and Yasumi with 2 strikes had to protect. But not surprising to see Migliavacca off and moving. And now we've got a meeting on the mound, maybe conversation about the softballs. Always early in the tournament, early in the game, you've got maybe some that haven't been scuffed up nearly enough. And under the watchful eye of Brian Kelly, the battery and left side of the infield are working to get this ball in a good state for Pami Matsalukwa. So looks like we're ready to go. Oh, Cornelius goes back for a conversation. We're off to a slow start here. And multiple conversations happening here, and we'll see how long Brian Kelly allows this to continue. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kotaro Yasumi. Earlier today, the Midland Explorers swing and a miss, strike 3 as Yasumi goes down for the first out. Chases a drop ball. Earlier today, the Midland Explorers, the 7th inning home run to come up with a 2-1 win over the Pueblo Bandits. And here's another look at the strikeout. Hard drop ball outside. And right now on the other diamond, Midland is playing the Hill United Chiefs. We've got streaming action for you from both of these fields. Here's Blaine Milheim, third baseman for the U.S. men's national team. Takes ball 1 low. Milheim wearing 00. Rise ball is off the plate for ball 2. Power behind Milheim in New Zealander Riley Macchio. And we're going to get another illegal pitch call. So Pami Matsalukwa is under the watchful eye of Brian Sonic over at third base. Count now 2-0 after the illegal pitch. And on the illegal pitch, Migliavacca moves up to second. Milheim has a hard cut at the 2-0, and on the illegal pitches, you may wonder what the issue is. Normally when it's coming from the third base side, it means that Matsalukwa is losing contact with the pitcher's mound with that front foot. And he's working out the area in front of the mound. Get a little more comfortable. On the last pitch, you could see he took a little bit off to make sure that he was compliant. Another rise ball. Milheim saw it, read the spin, and thinks he just missed it. As he looks back at Macchia on deck with a grimace on his face. Thought he could have done more with that one. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of the Hill United Midland game. Chop to third base. This is going to be a tough play and not even a chance for a throw, as Justin Laskowski could do nothing but wait for that ball to come back down. It's an infield single for Blaine Milheim. Migliavacca did not run. This will give us a good look at Migliavacca. He freezes. And he probably would have had a chance to get there, but that just held up. And you don't want to run into an out with your cleanup hitter, Riley Macchia, coming to the plate. So the Northeast Drillers are threatening very, very early. And Macchia was looking to make it 3-0 on that swing, although, fair enough, he usually is. Macchia, part of that New Zealand dynasty, his family, essentially royalty in the game. Silver medal for Riley at the last Men's World Cup. This is skied out to center. Jordan Pomeroy is back at the fence and makes the catch. Jordan Pomeroy steals a home run, and now Migliavacca takes too big of a turn. And this is going to go from a 3-run home run into a double play. Wow. Oh, man. Jordan Pomeroy goes to the fence, through the fence, to take away a 3-run home run from Riley Macchia. And then Teo Migliavacca, looking to get aggressive, trying to score from second, rounds it too far, and finds himself in a rundown and eventually falls down. And JDT is out of the inning. Wow. We're off to the bottom of the first. What a play by Jordan Pomeroy to get us off and running. Told you I was excited about this game, and you should be too. Let's take a look at the lineup for JDT First Energy. Fede Eater is the designated player in the leadoff spot. Pomeroy will bat second. Choco Munoz is in the 3-hole with Jeff Lyons batting cleanup. Justin Laskowski, Guadalupe Aon, Jonathan Lynch, Braden Ducharme, and Dallas Cornelius rounding out the order for JDT. Defensively for the Northeast Drillers. In left, Jordan Solorio, center, Teo Migliavacca, and in right, it's Riley Macchia. Zach Shaw, Kotaro Yasumi up the middle, Blaine Milheim, Thomas Anoka? No. At first base, and Juan Zara will be doing the catching for Huemo Mata. It is Thomas Anoka over at first base. Here's another look at that last play. Jordan Pomeroy going through the fence. You see there, crashing through. And Migliavacca thought he would have had time to scamper around and got himself in trouble. Wow. Back to live action. Huemo Mata is on the mound facing Federico Ida. Curveball. And Eder, the Argentine national, will foul it away. The veteran Huemil Mata, he was unbelievable back in 2019, pitching his country to its first Men's World Cup in Prague, Czechia. Eder was on that team too, and now they're facing each other. In fact, the catcher, Wanzara, also on that team. And if you're wondering, yeah, Argentina, softball powerhouse. Eder's going to flare this out into left. Solorio will come on and make the grab. Disappointing couple of years internationally for Argentina, missing out on the Super Round at the last World Cup, as well as the men's U23. They'll be looking to right the ship, as will Canada, and Jordan Pomeroy is part of that next wave of Canadian outfielders. And he'll bat second. You saw that catch he made out in center field. Makes a change up from Mata inside for ball one. That's well outside and low, and Pomeroy gets ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. On the ground, that's foul on the right side. Very international flavor to the infield for the Northeast Drillers. You've got 2 American national team members in Blaine Milheim and Zach Shaw on the left side. The Japanese second baseman Kotaro Yasumi. Thomas Anoka from New Zealand at first. Wanzara from Argentina is the catcher. If you were to have a fantasy draft of available players in men's softball, you could do a lot worse than to put this team together. Pomeroy ahead in the count, though, 3-1 against Huemil Mata. Again, Pomeroy's going to chop this foul toward Choco Munoz. Full count to the center fielder, Jordan Pomeroy. Mata comes set. Drop ball inside, ball 4. Here's another look at this pitch. Pomeroy does well to check his swing at the drop ball that was breaking inside. Here comes Munoz, 1 out and 1 on. Similar pitch that he just threw to Pomeroy, and it's inside for a ball. Huemil Mata, pitching coach at Virginia Tech. Lots of the top women's players around the world are in Oklahoma City this week. International Cup. Change up, Munoz, line drive, unassisted double play by Thomas Anoka. So you talk about the hard-hitting lineups. How about the defense here in the first inning? One good double play deserves another. Munoz hits this well, and there's nothing Pomeroy can do as he's caught off the bag. We're off to the second inning looking for our first run. Clear. it'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the Northeast Drillers in the top half of the second inning. Jordan Solorio, Thomas Anoka, and Juan Zara. Oh, you got me live. I didn't know we were live. Hey, everybody. This is what's going on up here in the booth. I would have done a better job shaving today, Jaime, if I knew you were going to put a camera in my face like that. So Jordan Solorio, member of the Mexican national team, coming off an unbelievably huge win at the Pan American Championship where they beat Argentina in a thriller just a few months ago. Jordan Solorio, part of this young group that's coming through from Mexico, a country that really wasn't considered in the top tier. They always had some good players, but now they have to be considered with the other countries in the world among the challengers. They hosted a group stage event for the last World Cup, didn't qualify as Venezuela, Dominican Republic, and Australia came out of that group. But I've got to think in the next cycle, this team from Mexico is going to make some noise and get to the finals. That's my prediction. And I'm not just saying that because my producer is also from Mexico. Jordan Solorio ahead in the count, and it's not been the best start for Pami Madzalukwa. He's not looked comfortable out there whatsoever. Asking for new balls, working on the mound, couple of illegal pitches, getting deep in counts, falling behind batters. Defense bailed him out last inning. Let's see how this one plays out. And it's a leadoff walk to Jordan Solorio, the second leadoff walk issued by Madzalukwa in this game. And we'll see how long JDT has the leash on its starter. Plenty of pitchers in the bullpen for JDT, including Canadian Devin McCullough, Dominican Johnny Suriel. And I don't care what team you are today, you're looking at 3 games for the most part. You will need everybody. Here's Thomas Anoka, a surefire Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. Been playing at the top men's level now for over 15 years. More championships than he has ring fingers to put the rings on. Madzalukwa overthrows that pitch, but he was ahead in the count, so maybe trying to get a chase from Thomas, but a professional hitter in his own right. Thomas and his brother Ben, leaders of the New Zealand national team, have usually played together. Not the case anymore. And Thomas Anoka gets into this one. This is going to be a bit of an easier play for Jordan Pomeroy. Solorio bluffs on the tag, goes halfway. There's nobody covering, and here comes Cornelius, and he'll scamper back. What I did notice on that one is Pomeroy had to adjust. And the ball is carrying, the wind is blowing out of this ball field. And the clouds are kind of coming in, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the winds pick up a little bit. We'll keep an eye on how that affects the outfielders or even the infielders on pop flies. So here's Juan Zara. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. Zara takes one in under the hands for a strike. That's a good spot for Madzalukwa. Keep it in there, you're usually in pretty good shape. Zara handles the bat well. His plate coverage is as good as anybody. Really is no break in this lineup, the Northeast Drillers. Sometimes you can take a breath with the 7 guy, and as you can see, not so here as Zara goes up, gets a rise ball, and pulls it through the left side of the infield. That's the second hit of the game for the Drillers, and for the second inning in a row, they've got a runner in scoring position with less than 2 out. That caught a little bit more of the plate than Madzalukwa would have liked. And now Ron Hackett is out of the dugout. And we're going to get the courtesy catcher or the courtesy runner for the catcher. A little wrinkle to this that if you're not from the United States, you may not know that instead of a 2-out catcher rule, anytime you can use a courtesy runner for the catcher or the pitcher. Specialty positions, keep them safe. Makes sense to me. Here's David Diaz. I was talking about that young group from Mexico. David Diaz is another one, a very smooth infielder. It says a lot about this Northeast Drillers team that he can't break into the middle infield in the lineup here on opening day, as he is as good as it gets out at second base. Although Yasumi is all world, so it's a tough infield to get into. And if I may, I love these Northeast Drillers uniforms. A little bit of an off-white, a royal blue, perfection. So if you're the person who designed these and you're watching, congratulations. Check swing. Diaz takes a drop ball in the outside corner for a called strike. Classic script across the front. Man. Real good looking uniform. Little pinstripe in the pants. All right, I'll stop. Here's David Diaz looking at the 1-1 pitch. Takes it for a ball. Solorio is the runner out at second. He led the inning off with a walk, then Juan Zara singled. Diaz chases high and tight. And Pami Madzalukwa is looking to work out of this for the second inning in a row. Diaz has been chasing the rise ball. They go up a little bit higher, get him to chase again, and it's the second strikeout of the game for Pami Madzalukwa. And that couldn't have come at a better time for JDT. They had gotten him on some rise balls close to the zone. Let's see if he'll chase up again. He does. And now there's 2 outs for the number 9 hitter, Zach Shaw. Shaw, through the last World Cup cycle, had been the second baseman primarily for the U.S. men's national team. He's playing shortstop here for the Drillers. It's a luxury. You've got 3 second basemen for the Drillers that play for their national teams at that position. Preston Sherman actually on the bench played some second base for the men's team at the recent Pan American Championship too. But Shaw finds himself down in the count. Can Pami Madzalukwa work himself out of a jam for the second inning in a row? Nibble outside, but that's a great spot. Dallas Cornelius is happy with his pitcher. That's where you want to go with that one. Solorio, you can see, looking down at third base, getting the instruction. The instruction is, as soon as that's in play, you run. If it gets through, you're scoring. Another one in the dirt. Solorio gets a big jump and then throws out the chute, getting back to the bag. Nice job, Dallas Cornelius, again, keeping that in front. As we've got a ball coming back into play. Top of the order, Teo Migliavaca on deck. If you're JDT, you want to end this threat right here. You would much rather face Migliavaca with nobody on. Three in a row, low and outside, and the bases will be in motion as the count is full with 2 out. Infielders chatting with each other, reminding them to stay put. Don't get sucked in by the movement of the runners. And here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pami Mazzalukwa bears down and gets 2 strikeouts to end the inning. And for the second inning in a row, the Drillers will waste an opportunity with a runner in scoring position and less than 2 out. Mazzalukwa again going to the rise ball. And now he's headed to the dugout. Go to the bottom of the second inning. Jeff Lyons, Justin Laskowski, and Guadalupe Aon will come to the plate for JDT. Over on the other diamond, the Hill United Chiefs are out to an early lead over the Midland Explorers. The vaunted Hill United Chiefs. This is flared out to left. Long run for Solorio, but he'll get there and make the play. Solorio was respecting Lyons, playing a little bit deep. Had to get on his horse a little bit to come down with it, but at the end makes it look routine. Here's another look. Lyons just gets under it instead of driving it. So here's Justin Laskowski, the third baseman. Justin also a member of the Canadian men's national team pool. And played, I think it was every game at the last Pan American Championships. If not, he didn't miss much. Wayne Momota on the mound. Comes set and in over the outside corner for a strike on Laskowski. Another rise ball. Laskowski will miss it and then go for a little walk. Looks to me like he read that well and just missed it. It also was cutting in on him just a little bit. In the dirt. No chase. Just off the plate. So the count's full on Justin Laskowski with one away. The bottom of the second inning here at the 2026 USA Softball Men's National Championship. And Mata will rear back and get his first strikeout of the afternoon. The only blemish on the record thus far for Waymil Mata is the walk that was promptly erased by a double play. He's faced the minimum so far. And it'll be Guadalupe Aon to the plate. That's just inside. Should Ion reach, it will be Jonathan Lynch. And Ion sends this deep out to left field. It is off the fence. That was inches from getting out of here. Now it squirts away on the relay in, and it's a 2-out double for Guadalupe Ion. This, I thought it was gone off the bat, and I think that Jordan Solorio thought it was gone as well. It hits the fence and stays in the park. You can't hit it any closer to out of here than that one. So now with a runner in scoring position, Jonathan Lynch will come to the plate. First pitch off speed with a little hook on it for strike one. Lynch is from Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I can confidently say that's a place I have not been. But they breed good softball players. Lynch been at the top of the game for a long time. Picked up a bronze medal with the U.S. at last year's World Cup. A gold medal at the World Games in China. Skies this on the infield to his national team teammate Zach Shaw, who will take it down for the third out of the inning. We're through two in South Bend. Good one going. No score yet. We're off to the top of the third inning, and it's the top of the order for the Northeast Drillers. Teo Migliavaca will get his second look at Pami Madzulukwa. He walked, advanced to second on an illegal pitch, and then got a little bit greedy trying to tag and score from second on a long fly ball. That's a good pitch, and maybe not going to get one better to hit than that one. Caught plenty of the plate. But it clearly was not what Migliavaca was looking for. Then he chases a drop ball outside and finds himself down in the count. Try and go a little further outside, but Migliavaca knows his zone. Two, another drop ball that Migliavaca can't get to. And that's 3 strikeouts in a row, 4 in the game for Madzulukwa, who has certainly settled in after a tough start. So here's Kotaro Yasumi. Yasumi was the first strikeout victim in a real good at-bat back in the first inning. This is a slow roller, tough play, only one opportunity, and that was the shovel. Well done by Braden Ducharme, the first time we've called his name today, and he was forced into a tough situation, made it look easy. Yasumi runs with the best of them as well. As you can see him get down the line, Ducharme had no choice but to shovel it, made the right decision, and came up with the out. So here's Milheim. He's got one of the 2 hits for the Drillers today. An infield single that he hit about 1.5 feet, and then it went 75 feet in the air, and Justin Laskowski had to wait for it to come down. On the other field, Hill United up 3-0 against Midland. And it will be tough for Midland to make that up against Marco Diaz on the mound. No score here in the third inning. In this one between the Northeast Drillers and JDT First Energy. Tough draw for each of these teams in their first game of the tournament. Double elimination, so a loss here doesn't kill you, but it makes your day a lot longer. Milheim doesn't like that call. There's a drop ball in the outside corner. This one catches more of the plate, and Milheim sends it right back up the middle for his second hit of the afternoon. Madzulukwa tried to throw the same pitch as he... And Riley finds himself down in the count. Madzulukwa comes set. And he gets Makia to chase the drop ball outside. 2 strikeouts in the inning, now 4 in the game for Pami Mazalukwa, who settled in and gets through the toughest part of this Northeast Drillers lineup unscathed. We're off to the bottom of the third. It will be Ducharme, Cornelius, and Eder due up for JDT.
Hay algunos que son 2005, hay en el sello. Y hay algunos que por el rojo y el azul. O sea, Cruz. De SC. Vamos de la Cruz. Pero el ISC pasa. Por lo menos le hubiese pedido la condición. Yo porque
Cornelius.
maybe that's what I just saw.
I'm batting number 11, Freddie Eder. Well, you see it. Go!
I don't think he went regardless. I think it was the right call. Ducharme gets a big jump off first. Let's see if he's going to be in motion during this at bat at all. One and one to count on the designated player for JDT. And he tries to sneak down a bunt, but it's going to go foul. Waymo Mata looking to work around the leadoff single to Braden Ducharme. Right back up the middle, a diving play by Shaw over to first. And dropping the ball was Anoka. It might have been in time, but what a catch by Zach Shaw. It doesn't get any better than that. And we've seen defense on both sides today. And that's why we're at a 0-0 score line. One more look. Oh, Zach Shaw. That was past him when he got it. Great catch. Speaking of great catches and defensive plays, it was Jordan Pomeroy back in the first inning. Defensively, and he chops this one on a check swing back to Mata, and that will end the inning. Oh, we've had plenty of excitement. We've got no runs, but outstanding defense, that time highlighted by Zach Shaw, and a little easy one for Mata to get out of the inning. Well, just like that, we're off to the top of the fourth inning, and it's the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the Northeast Drillers: Jordan Solorio, Thomas Anoka, and Juan Zara. Solorio, he walked and was stranded back in the second. And that was kind of when Hami Madzalukwa started to settle things down, and he'll get a first pitch ground out to Ducharme to start the fourth inning. Seven of the last 9 have been sat down now by Madzalukwa. And he's looked good doing it. He's got 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. He's allowed a hit in every inning, though. Let's see if Thomas Anoka can keep that streak going. Thomas flew out to center in his first at-bat. Anoka chases high on a rise ball for strike. As I said, the winner of this game will play at 8 p.m. against the winner of the Hill United Midland game. That increasingly looks like it will be Hill United. Plenty to go in this one, though. Earlier on this field, we had another outstanding low-scoring game between the Bar Blues and the Sandlot Merchants. Sandlot walked that one off in extra innings on a throwing error, and they'll play the Bear Creek Express. That game's coming up next on this diamond. At the same time, the Bear Creek Gremlins will play the Kegel Black Knights. Kegel knocked off the Bar Buzz earlier. Thomas Anoka becomes the 6th strikeout victim of Pami Madzalukwa, who's rolling right along here now. And how often do we see it? Pitchers getting a little bit of trouble early, and then once they get in a groove, that's it. Here's Juan Zara. He had a hard single between third and short in his first at-bat. Caught a rise ball that caught too much of the plate. We're also praying to the weather gods here a little bit in South Bend, because the forecast, especially for tomorrow, is calling for arc-level rains. Maybe we could go down to Notre Dame and say ourselves a few prayers. See if we can get around it. But it wouldn't be the first time the weatherman was wrong. Zara gets a piece. And Cornelius has to chase it around the ball field. Organizers have already moved some of tomorrow morning's games to tonight. Calling for a little bit of rain this evening, but not too much, maybe just a sprinkle. Saturday calling for 25 to 30 millimeters. That's a lot. But maybe it'll miss us. Or at least maybe it'll fall overnight so we can pick things up in the morning. Zara chases the rise ball, and back-to-back strikeouts, 3 up, 3 down, and now 7 strikeouts on the game for Pami Madzalukwa. JDT rolling behind its pitcher. See if they can give him some help in the bottom of the 4th. Munoz, Lyons, and Laskowski do up. Welcome back here to South Bend, Indiana. And we are going to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Choco Munoz will lead things off against Waymil Mata. We have not had any scoring yet in this game, but it's been a fun one.
Mike Snydecki to the press box.
Little bit of a delay as Zara, who was the last batter last inning, went in to get his equipment on. Munoz hit a screamer down to Thomas Anoka at first base that turned into a double play last time he was up. Memory serves, that was on an inside changeup. Mata starts him with an outside drop ball this time. This game littered with Argentinian players, Munoz as well, as he fouls this one back. There's the sound I was looking for earlier. The bump off the roof here. We are in the building. You can see in the background, see those steps? It's the door to get where I am. Rise ball, check swing, the last down at third. Brian Sonic says no. Mata. Low and outside again as he's working away from Munoz. Maybe learned his lesson off the inside pitch that turned on last at bat. Although sometimes you get guys looking out, then you bust them inside. We've seen the drop ball to left-handed batters from Mata already a few times in this game. See if they go back there. Nope, takes a little off. Out over the plate one more time. Count now full on the JDT left fielder. Lots of spectators on hand here today in South Bend, especially being Friday and people having to work. And more continue to stream in as we're coming up on 5 p.m. local time. Do the full count pitch one more time. Takes a little bit off and nearly got a little bit taken off his head. Wow. Munoz. Again, they try to get him with the changeup, and again, Munoz is sitting on it. And Heimel Mata is lucky that that never caught him on the way by. So we're going to get a runner over at first for Munoz. And that's number 17. Alex Gonzalez coming in to run. He's got good speed. He's another good young player. Man. Jeff Lyons is 0 for 1. He led off the second inning with a fly ball to left field. Jordan Solorio had to come a long way to get that one. So the leadoff man is aboard for the second inning in a row for JDT. Trying to break the deadlock here in South Bend in this crucial game for both teams. We do not want to lose early on, especially in this format, as it's a long way back. And that is a perfectly placed drop ball from Heimel Mata. That caught more of the plate than I think he would have liked, and Lyons takes an extra long look out, realizing that may have been the one to hit, and he missed it. Gets that one, but pops it up. Milheim over for a look. Oh, makes the play. Blaine Milheim sticks with it. It looked like it was going to leave the field. I mentioned earlier that the wind is blowing out, and that came back. Milheim actually had to reach over his head to make the catch. That is a heck of a play by Blaine Milheim, and added to the list of plays we've seen here in this game. So here's Justin Laskowski. Runners off. Zara's throw is there, but skips away from Yasumi, who had to avoid the hard-charging Gonzalez. It was fading away to the first base side of the bag.
Third baseman hitting.
But if Yasumi comes up with it, I think Gonzalez would have been out. But if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. So runner in scoring position, one down, Justin Laskowski at the plate. JDT has had runners aboard in every inning. Rise ball, Laskowski thinks about it, checks his swing, doesn't offer. It's a big moment in this game. On deck is Guadalupe Aon, who had the double off of Mata in his last at-bat. Got some activity in the bullpen for the Northeast Drillers. I believe that's Roman Godoy, but my vision is blocked a little bit. Laskowski in on the hands, pops it up, and that's an easy one for Zach Shaw. 2 down. So Mata comes up with a big pitch that Laskowski can't get the head of the bat on. Pops it up. So as I mentioned, Aon had the double. The only extra base hit of the game for JDT. A double here would open the scoring. Heck, a single likely will as well with the speedy Gonzalez, no pun intended, out at second base. Mata looking to end the threat and send this game to the 5th inning scoreless. In the dirt, and I think they're going to be careful here with Aon. However, you've got a clutch hitter in Jonathan Lynch on deck. Talked about the number 7 hitter for the Drillers in Juan Zara being dangerous earlier in the game. Jonathan Lynch, as dangerous as they come, especially in big moments. Change up, and Aon shakes his head on the way in. Watches it for a ball. 2-1. Count on the JDT shortstop. That's going to get through Juan Zara and move Gonzalez up to third. The first base runner to reach third base for either team in this game. With a 3-1 count, what do you do here? You challenge him? Or do you take your chances with Jonathan Lynch? See what the decision is. Mata takes an extra beat. Comes set with 3-1. He challenges him all right. A low rise ball that's fouled away. Gonzalez, as you see, standing at third base. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 called, and Waymill Motto will get himself out of the inning. Too close to take if you're Guadalupe Aon, and he goes down on strikes to end the threat. Let's take another look. Zara moves outside. Oh, that's a great pitch right there from Waymill Motto. Strike 3. All right, here's David Diaz getting set to lead things off in the 5th inning for the Northeast Drillers. 8-9-1 coming to the plate in a scoreless game.
Number 34, David Diaz.
Used to work with a guy who said it's not a scoreless game. The score is 0-0. So we will say a game with no runs. First pitch to Diaz is low for a ball. Diaz went down on strikes back in the 2nd inning, one of the 7 strikeouts for Pami Madzalukwa. We had another illegal pitch called there. So it'll be 2-0. And that's low on Diaz. Diaz has good speed as well. You do not want to lose him to open the inning. So some work to do for Madzalukwa. Four-pitch walk. And for the 3rd time in 5 innings, Madzalukwa has walked the leadoff batter of the inning. This feels like danger to me. Zach Shaw then back to the top of the order for Teo Migliavaca on the 3rd time through.
Now batting Zach Shaw.
Shaw turns and pops up the bunt, but it goes straight back into the screen. So he'll get another chance. Big jump off first from Diaz. That's the other thing. You may not even need a bunt here. if Diaz wants to get his legs going. And that's going to get away from Cornelius behind the plate. He took his eye off the ball as Diaz got a big jump. And we'll see if that scored a pass ball or a wild pitch. Doesn't matter. It puts Diaz up. You can see looking out the corner of his eye and takes his eye off the ball long enough for it to spin away from him. And the count now 2-1 to Zach Shaw. Runner in scoring position, nobody out for the Northeast Drillers. This is the best chance they've had all day. Shaw chases a rise ball. Mazalukwa makes it even at 2. Strike 3 called, and Shaw knew it. He'll walk back to the dugout as Mazalukwa pinpoint drop ball outside corner for strike 3. His 8th. But it does not get any easier. It is back to the top of the order for Teo Migliavaca, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Rise ball outside.
59.
Keep trying to work away from Migliavaca. That pitch did not get as far out as it was supposed to. Migliavaca only able to foul it away. That was supposed to be out of the zone. It caught plenty of the plate on the drop ball, and Migliavaca missed it. Outside corner, good spot, good framing, strike 2. And he gets Migliavaca swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff walk and the pass ball. And once again, Pami Mazalukwa is bailing out his team on the mound. Drop ball outside corner. If you can pinpoint that, it is a very, very hard pitch to hit. 9 strikeouts now. One of them was Kotaro Yasumi back in the first inning. The 3rd time through the order now. And with the caliber of hitters in this Northeast Drillers lineup, it's going to get increasingly harder on Pami Mazalukwa. Just missed. On the other diamond, Hill United has gone ahead on a run-ahead rule victory against the Midland Explorers. So Midland will drop down into the losers bracket, and they will play the Bar Blues tomorrow. So these two teams figured they would play Hill United later. It's official now. The winner of this game plays Hill United at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Heck, we could still be playing this game at 8 p.m. Eastern if somebody doesn't score soon. Yasumi up the middle. Ducharme going the other direction, turns, fires. Great play by Braden Ducharme to get JDT out of the inning and again out of the threat. Yasumi chops this into the ground, gets running, and for the second time, Ducharme has to be perfect to retire Yasumi, and he is. We're off to the bottom of the fifth. It's the bottom of the order coming up for JDT. So it'll be Jonathan Lynch, Braden Ducharme, and Dallas Cornelius due up for JDT in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Great pitching, great defense on both sides. If you're a fan of this sport, a traditionalist like myself, you will love what you're seeing out here. I'm looking around, a lot of dirt on the uniforms, a couple of double plays.
Number 23, Jonathan Lynch.
Lynch popped it up to Zach Shaw at short in his first at-bat. Will we see the fastest home run sprint in softball? Trademark, Jonathan Lynch. No, you're going to show bunt and take outside off the plate from Mata. And it's 2-0. Changeup, called strike. Mata and Zara living on the black on the edge of that plate right now. See some of the Hill United staff. Looks like Jeff Ellsworth on the left, John Hill on the right. As they're looking at their opponents for the next game. In one. Jonathan Lynch. JDT has had the leadoff man aboard for the last 2 innings. Unable to cash him. And they'll have the leadoff man aboard this inning. On the walk, Mata is asking where the pitch was. He thinks it was a strike despite the fact Juan Zara didn't catch it. And we do not have ABS challenges here. I was talking about old school and traditionalist. Oftentimes, if your catcher doesn't come up with it, boy, it's got to be perfect to still be called a strike. So the leadoff man is aboard in Jonathan Lynch, and Braden Ducharme will step in. Ducharme singled in his last at-bat. Gotta think he's bunting here. He shows it and pops it up. One thing we've not seen is the ability for either team to put down a sacrifice bunt. That drives coaches crazy. However, you have to give some credit to Huemil Mata. Putting the spin on those pitches to induce pop-ups and foul balls. See if it's on again here. Sharm turns, takes a rise ball high for a ball. Good wheels for Lynch over at first as well. Steal attempt not out of the question. Ducharme does get it down. Charging in is Anoka in time to the covering Yasumi at first. That is how you execute a sacrifice, both offensively and defensively. That's just good softball, baby. Look at Thomas Anoka gathering, throwing, and by a heartbeat gets Ducharme at first. So here comes Dallas Cornelius. He popped up a bunt last time. Chance to open the scoring. Check swing called a strike on the inside corner. The 0-1, Cornelius swings through it. And is quickly down in the count. Check swing, doesn't go, or offer at the rise ball. This is the only game at the complex right now, and it's got everybody's attention. Cornelius swings through, and now there's two away. We head back to the top of the order. Not a lot of strikeouts for Mata today, but a critical one right there. Just his third. Here's Fetty Eater. Hit a screamer to short last time, and now it's a one-hopper back to the mound. And Waymill Mata will get himself out of the inning again. Nothing across through 5. Northeast Drillers will send Blaine Milheim, Riley Macchia, Jordan Solario to the plate. Try and get their pitcher some offense. It's a good spot in the lineup if you're the Northeast Drillers. Milheim, Macchia, Solorio. Milheim's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Looking to get something started here in the top of the 6th. Hello, wherever you are watching today. co-production between USA Softball TV and Softball Premier TV. It's South Bend, Indiana. Some of the best men's fast pitch teams in the world playing here at the Byers Softball Complex this weekend. Hami Mazzalukwa for his 6th inning of work. He hasn't figured out Blaine Milheim yet today. That rise ball goes to the screen. Milheim gets under this. Charging over and making the play is Braden Ducharme. He's been outstanding in the field today for JDT. Again, it looked like the wind was bringing that back into the field of play. You can see Ducharme charging over and then has to adjust, come down with it. We thought we had runs in the first inning when Riley Macchia hit one to dead center field that Jordan Pomeroy went over the fence to catch, and to add injury to insult, ended up turning it into a double play. In his second at bat, Macchia struck out swinging. 1 of 9 on the right arm of Hami Mazzalukwa today. Drop ball is low. You want to be real careful with Riley Macchia in a scoreless game. A game that's tied 0-0. Already said I wasn't going to say scoreless. Saw it earlier today in the win for the Midland Explorers. After getting multiple looks, Valentin Mata hit a game-winning home run. Big swing from Macchia, comes up empty. And I guess saying big swing from Macchia is redundant. They're all big swings from this guy. Call it a Macchian swing. Use it as an adjective. Watches the drop ball. And the count's full on the power hitting Kiwi. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and both Mazzalukwa and Huemel Mata have been chewing the corners off this plate. There's another look. Low rise ball. Perfect spot. So here's Jordan Solorio. Jordan Solorio 0 for 1 with a walk. He was stranded back in the second. That's right down the middle. Solorio's not going to get a better pitch to hit in this at bat. High drop. Strike 2. You don't see the high drop ball often enough to be comfortable with it ever as a hitter. Very effective pitch. A lot of times batters will give up on it. Back on the one hopper. And Mazalukwa with a 1-2-3 inning. And he has been outstanding in the back half of this game. Nothing for the Drillers in the 6th. And Kami Mazalukwa will hope the 2, 3, 4 hitters in his lineup can get something going in the bottom. Jordan Pomeroy, Choco Munoz, and Jeff Lyons coming up. So it'll be a new pitcher for the Northeast Drillers. Roman Godoy comes out of the bullpen, and I was talking about the Argentina flavor in this game. Here's a little bit more. This guy's been around for a long time, but he's not even that old. Came on the scene very young, did Roman Godoy. Changeup, and Pomeroy's out in front of it. Pomeroy hails from Newfoundland, Canada. The very east coast, as far as you can go in North America, as a matter of fact. From the same area as a name you might remember is Steve Mullally, retired slugger. And Pomeroy goes down looking. So one batter face, one strikeout for Roman Godoy. So Huemil Mata makes way after giving up 3 hits, striking out 3 batters, allowing no runs, walked a couple. 4 strikeouts, pardon me. Nope, 3. I was wrong once, but it was only because I thought I was wrong. Choco Munoz has his 2nd hit of the game. And that will give Alejandro Gonzalez a chance to come run for him again. We'll see if that is the play here. They will not run for Munoz. And maybe, just maybe, not familiar with the nuances of the game, but then I suppose Munoz would not be able to re-enter again should he leave. So they'll forego the speed for the bat. That may need to come up again, and it's Jeff Lyons. Lyons is 0 for 2. He's flown out to left, and a real nice play from Blaine Milheim on a pop foul that most players will not make. And Lyons is quickly down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Rise ball from Godoy is up. Change up. Lyons will send this out to right center field. Migliavacca tracks over and makes the play. Haven't seen much of Teo Migliavacca defensively, but the changeup from Godoy takes enough sting out of that swing of Jeff Lyons, and it's 2 away. Continue play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still looking for our first run between the Northeast Drillers and JDT First Energy. Day number 1 of play at the 2026 USA Softball National Championship. Laskowski out to left, and Solorio will track over and make the grab. So Godoy will work around the Munoz single and keep JDT off the board. A bit of good contact from both Lyons and Laskowski, but the outfield for the Drillers will clean it up. Thomas Anoka, Juan Zara, David Diaz due up in the top of the 7th for the Northeast Drillers. Well, this is the kind of place where Thomas Anoka tends to make a difference. Late in the game, he's 0 for 2. I would expect him to do something here in this at-bat. First pitch is low from Madzalukwa for ball 1. The fly ball to Pomeroy in center field in his first at-bat. Struck out last time around. Now a 2-0 hitters count. Matsuluqua sends it to the screen. Momata started, went 5 innings for the Drillers. Hami Matsuluqua has gone the distance so far for JDT. And Anoka just missed hitting a screamer to the outfield. Just a little tail on that pitch from Matsuluqua. Anoka reaches for that pitch and fouls it away on the right side. Juan Zara, the catcher, on deck. David Diaz, the designated player, behind him. These three guys are a combined 1 for 5 with a walk. Matsuluqua steps back off the rubber. 3 illegal pitches called in this game on Hami Matsuluqua. On the ground, but foul. And full marks to Justin Laskowski tracking that down. Two-two pitch, and Thomas Anoka gets into it, but not quite enough. Hits that about 238 feet to left field for the first out. One more look here, a drop ball. Anoka read it well, maybe just off the end of the bat a little bit. For the first out. Here's Juan Zara. Skowski behind the bag at third. Lions a step in front of it at first. Infield is pretty much straight up. Strike at the knees. Puts Zara down in the count. He singled back in the second, struck out in the fourth. Moves that down low, a little bit lower than the last one. Ball and 2 strikes on the Drillers catcher. Curveball from Matsuluqua. Zara's locked in now. Always seems that the catchers really see the strike zone better than anybody else when they're at the plate. Matsuluqua with a little grunt off that one. Tried to throw it a little harder, but put it in the dirt. And Zara's come all the way back in this count. trying to find a way aboard any way at all. Fouled away. This is going to head over to the main diamond. There's no game on right now, thankfully. Inside and low, ball 4. That's a professional at bat right there from Wanzara to get on board here in the 7th. Just the 3rd walk of the game by Pami Madzalukwa. Courtesy runner in again for Zara over at first. David Diaz will step in for the 3rd time. Went down swinging in the 2nd, walked and stranded in the 5th. Looking to break this tie. And that gets away from Cornelius and puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. Hard drop ball from Madzalukwa, and it looks like they may have gotten crossed up the way Cornelius approached that one, almost stabbing downward instead of turning the glove over. And this one gets away from him as well. Two free bases here in the 7th inning, given away by JDT. That pitch was supposed to be outside. It came inside. So if we're going to blame Cornelius for the first one, I think that one is on Madzalukwa. And that will bring James Simpson out to the mound. Tough situation after a good at-bat from Thomas Anoka ends in a flyout, then a long at-bat with Wanzara, and you wonder now if fatigue is becoming a factor for Madzalukwa. Completely obstructed from the JDT bullpen. Does not look like there's anybody throwing. Big chance for Diaz. And he takes a drop ball for a strike. And after 2 that got away from the catcher, maybe just taking the whole way. Check swing, called a ball. Up just a little bit. A 107 pitches for Madzalukwa right now. And that's going to get away as well. And without a hit here in the inning, the Drillers bring the runner around from first. That stings if you're JDT. Now asking if it was a foul ball. Don't think it was. Bounced off the plate, gets away from Cornelius. And confirming the count is now 3-2 on David Diaz. First run of the game comes courtesy of 3 balls getting away from Dallas Cornelius. but you have to wonder about the fatigue and the execution of Mazulukwa. Another one in the dirt, and Diaz takes a walk, back-to-back walks. And that might be it for Mazulukwa, as we're going to get another mound visit. So we'll get a pitching change and we'll step away here in the 7th inning. The Northeast Drillers with one across, looking for more in South Bend, Indiana.
Now pitching. JDT Montero.
So welcome back to this Argentinian national team inter-squad game, or at least that's what it seems like. Maxi Montero comes to the slab, another Argentinian. And he'll face Zach Shaw with a runner on first and one out here in the top of the 7th inning. Thomas Anoka led off with a fly ball. Juan Zara walked, came around on a combination of pass balls and wild pitches. David Diaz walked. And now it's a ground ball out to second. Ducharme turns and goes to second with it. And the poise of a veteran by Braden Ducharme to get Diaz going to second. Most players there are going to flip that ball to first. And Ducharme, the presence of mind to spin and fire to get the lead runner. Well done. So Teo Migliavacca, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Tries to sneak down a bunt, and it goes back to the screen. Talked about Diaz last time he was at first. Some decent speed. Wouldn't be crazy for him to be off and running. That's high and tight as Migliavacca has to spin away. He is off and running. Cornelius late to react. And in safely on the stolen base is Zach Shaw. Pardon me, I referenced Diaz a moment ago. Shaw quick as well. Not sure if Cornelius didn't hear the dugout, but he was just a little bit slow to react. And that was enough time for Zach Shaw to get down to second base. Rise ball. Migliavacca chases low and inside, and he goes down on strikes for the third time today. Not something you see a lot out of Teo Migliavacca, but his team will get one across here in the seventh. Swing and a miss, bounces off the plate, and strolling in with the go-ahead run. And the only run that we've got so far here today, last call for the JDT First Energy after this. So we go to the bottom of the seventh inning, trailing by one. JDT First Energy. Guadalupe Aon will lead things off. He'll get his first look at Roman Godoy, who came on in relief of Waymo Mata last inning. Curveball from Godoy to start things off. Godoy struck out the first batter he faced, gave up a single, and then induced two fly balls back in the sixth in a tidy inning of work. Three outs to work with for JDT. Godoy looking to pick up the win in relief. And he dots the outside corner for a called strike. Aon doubled in the second on a ball that hit the yellow tape on the top of the fence in the outfield. That could have been a solo home run, but JDT still looking for its first offense. Slow roller out in front of the plate, and this is going to be an infield single. Godoy and Zara kind of glanced at each other to decide who was going to get it, and in the time that took, Aon was safe at first. Watch right here. It happened just before that. Zara, with a heck of an effort, throws it falling, and Aon is across the bag, safe in front of umpire David Lee at first. So this one is not over yet. The tie-in run over at first base, and Jonathan Lynch at the plate. I talked earlier today about Thomas Anoka being a clutch player. Actually, I talked about Lynch being a clutch player as well. And this is the exact time where he could do something special. Shows bunt and takes ball one. Another look, a little zoomed in angle, and oh, that was closer than it looked at first. He was safe, but Juan Zara nearly made that play. Something Ron Hackett doesn't like here, and he knows Jonathan Lynch well, coaches him with the U.S. men's national team. So he's going to come out of the dugout, get together with his infield, and talk about how to attack Lynch. No runs for either side through 6 innings in this game. Northeast found a way in the top, and they're looking to hold that lead and set a date with the Hill United Chiefs later this evening. So let's reset everything for you. Aon is aboard at first with a leadoff single. Lynch squared, showed bunt on the first pitch to him, and left it alone for a ball. So let's see what happens here. Shows bunt and gets it down. Charging from third is Milheim, and he'll make the play on his national team teammate. But a perfectly executed sacrifice bunt here from Jonathan Lynch. Deadens it in front of the plate, and not many third basemen are making that play. Well done, Lane Milheim, for the first out. Tying runner now out at second. And a guy that's been all around this game in Braden Ducharme, wouldn't it be fitting if he tied it here or even walked it off? Outside for ball one. Ducharme's got a single, a sac bunt, 2 or 3 fantastic plays in the infield. Really coming into his own this season. Braden Ducharme. That's off the plate as well. Dallas Cornelius is due up next, but Dylan Cunningham has come out into the on-deck circle. Rise ball high and tight, and it's 3-0. The hardest outs to get are the last couple. How many times have we seen it? Strike called on the outside corner. Ducharme was taking all the way. Now he's got an opportunity to pick one out. Maybe keep looking at that outside corner. Decide if you're looking up or down and see if you get it. Poke one through the left side, tie the ball game. Why not? Changeup gets him out in front. Roman Godoy looking to come all the way back here against Braden Ducharme. He won't. He misses outside for ball 4. A bat flip from Ducharme. It kind of hung up there maybe longer than he intended. And the winning run is at first base, and we've got ourselves a pinch hitter in Dylan Cunningham. He'll hit in the 9 spot for Dallas Cornelius.
2 for 7.
Straight change. So Cunningham with a chance to play hero. Check swing, and he did not go. Ball 1. Cunningham, a former Niagara Stomper. Chases a pitch on the outer half, and if I'm Godoy, I'm going to keep going out there as Cunningham tried to pull it. Love to see him sit back and take that one the other way. It's been away, 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 and I'm sure Zara's going to pitch him out there again. No, they come inside, and Cunningham on a check swing fouls it away. Top of the order, Federico Eder on deck. He's 0 for 3. However, an outstanding defensive play by Zach Shaw, the reason he doesn't have a hit today. Knows Godoy well. Change up, and that's through the infield, but not far enough to score a run. Milheim got a glove on it. Shaw pounces on it. And they keep the ball on the dirt. I thought for sure that was going to get through. And if the Drillers end up winning this game, that could be a key play right there. Normally that goes off the third baseman's glove into the outfield. Look at Zach Shaw. Jumping on it like a grenade. But the bases are loaded. There is only one out. Check with our official score to see if that was a hit or an error. And I think it's still being debated. I'll let you know. I would have called it a hit, and yes, confirmation, I'm right again. A hit off the glove of Blaine Milheim. Hard to call that an error when a guy's got to stretch out his entire. In fact, he may have saved a run. So Johnny Suriel, a pitcher, is going to run for JDT. I'm not entirely sure on the rules, but I think they could have re-entered Cornelius there, and then on a 2-out catcher rule, use Laskowski? I'd have to double check. So here's Eder. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Bases loaded. Fetty Eder looking to be the hero. Strike called, and he didn't like it. So only one out. Eder watches a rise ball up out of the zone. Aon led off the inning with a single. He was sacrificed over by Jonathan Lynch. Brady Ducharme walked, and Cunningham singled on the left side. Still only one out. Tough spot for Roman Godoy. And he nearly hits Eder with that one. Tension high here in South Bend. And this is only game number 4 on the schedule. Back up the middle. Home for one. Back to first. Not in time. This game will continue. Eder reaches on the fielder's choice. Aon cut down at the plate. We're going to take another look at this one. And that's bang, bang. He kind of runs to the back of the bag, which made it even closer. So it's bases loaded, 2 out, and Jordan Pomeroy, the batter. Strike one at the knees. Bottom of the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 2 out. This is the kind of stuff you dream about as a kid. Against Roman Godoy. Pomeroy chases for strike 2. Roman Godoy, the Northeast Drillers, 1 strike away from moving on here in the winner's bracket. Jordan Pomeroy looking to at least tie this game. Chance to walk it off with Johnny Suriel, the runner, out at second. Godoy delivers out to second base, taken by Yasumi, and that'll do it. Kotaro Yasumi will make the play, and think back to Blaine Milheim and Zach Shaw keeping that ball on the infield just a couple of batters ago. That ends up being the difference. Pomeroy puts a good stroke on this. Yasumi has to make a nice play. Great hands, underhand toss. Drillers win 1-0. We have had some outstanding ball games here on day number 1 of this USA Softball Men's National Championship. Wow. Stick around. We've got 2 games left per diamond tonight. The Northeast Drillers will move on, and they will play the Hill United Chiefs a little bit later. JDT now going to have to do it the long way as they'll drop down into the loser's bracket. They might be the only guys hoping for rain tomorrow. I shouldn't say that. It's going to be a long day for them, though. They've got some work to do. The Drillers, they've got a quick break, and then they'll be back on the diamond tonight at 8 p.m. against the Hill United Chiefs. That's all for this one, though. The Drillers win 1-0 on 3 hits. They didn't even have a hit to drive in the run. What a ball game. We'll see you a little bit later here from South Bend.